nothing alike. We's different. You ain't the hustling type. We's different.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose is back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, so next match on the card is the WWE title match. Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. A hard-hitting affair that I thought it would be, and it was hard-hitting for what it was worth. So, Drew McIntyre comes out as WWE champion. Comes out, looks at Lashley. MVP gets into Drew McIntyre's face. Basically puts his finger on the title, trying to provoke Drew. But all he's doing is distracting him. So from behind, Bobby Lashley gets Drew McIntyre in that full Nelson. Locks him in real good. Like, it wasn't even like Drew was trying to fight, but Lashley had locked in really good. Really, really good. So now Drew, and this was before the match, so it's not like this was during it. So Drew at this point in time is weakened, not 100% now, which is what it was supposed to be. So now Lashley is on him like a shark, constantly beating him down, trying to make sure when you get to the end, we can do it. Lashley was trying to tap Drew out this whole match. He hit him with a good couple of submissions. He hit him with the crossface at one point. He hit him with the ankle lock at another point. He had the full Nelson on a little bit, but yeah, Lashley was trying to make this man submit. But Drew McIntyre came back, hard hitting as always. Boom, boom, boom. It was a pretty good match. Considering the fact the title defense before this was Seth Rollins, this kind of was a little bit lower than expected. Even though I wasn't really expecting a 5-star match between these two, but the way Drew kind of was saying about Lashley, it made it sound like this was going to be a drag-out fight, which I would have been fine with, no matter the case. So this match ends basically like this. So yeah, so Drew's about to go for the Claymore. He does a little countdown. As he's going for the Claymore, Lashley hits the spear. 1, 2, Drew kicks out. MVP is shocked. MVP is surprised. Out of nowhere comes Lana. Lana comes out of nowhere to stick her nose into Lashley's business. So she gets up on the apron. She tells the ref, "You cheated." I don't know what the ref did to cheat, but just count 1, 2. Okay. So apparently the ref cheated. So Lashley's basically trying to tell this girl to get off the apron. So then Drew hits Lashley. Went right into Lana. Lana falls on MVP. Lashley distracted for a minute. Claymore the hell off Lashley. You heard it. You heard it ring through the damn building. That thing was loud. Claymore. Boom. Straight Lashley's face. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre retains. As I said, it was a really good. It wasn't really good. It was an okay match for what it was worth. For both involved, it was a really solid match. Both definitely did their thing. Lashley did his thing. I thought this would be more of a. This was probably the best Lashley I've seen since he's come back. It kind of was. It was looking like glimpse of it. It was looking that good. But at the end of the day, it was an alright match. What happens next between these two? Lashley might get a rematch. He really might get a rematch at Extreme Rules. It's a possibility. If that's the case, then that's the case. Which is fine. I wouldn't mind it. It might be a submission match too. That's what I'm getting from this. It might be a submission match, but there's no submission Drew McIntyre has, so it would not only would it not make sense, but if that's the case, then Lashley probably wins. Extreme Rules, that's the case, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was the WWE Championship match. Pretty solid match overall. It wasn't bad. All right. We're almost at the main event. I can't wait to get there. But we got one more match before we get there. And it's the weirdest thing you'll ever see, I swear to God.